Hello, hello. Welcome to day 4 of Become Energized and Unstoppable Challenge. Thank you for watching. I am Health Coach Kylie. I help female entrepreneurs and small business owners have the energy, the health, and the abundance they want to have a successful and thriving personal and business life. So thank you for joining us today. I'm going to wait until a couple of people hop on just to make sure that this is actually working. I hope you guys are really enjoying all of the things that I have shown you so far. It's really helped me with all of these different things that I'm showing you. I do them myself and it's really helped me significantly. And so I wanted to share that with you guys. So thank you so much for joining us. And we will go ahead and get started with day 4. I don't want to waste any of your time. So day 4 is all about conquering your fears and letting go so that you can receive more abundance into your life. Now, if you don't have the worksheet is going to be on my website, kylieholman.coachleads.com. And you just click on the Become Energized and Unstoppable Challenge, and it will bring you to the page, and then you can download the worksheet right there. So we are on day 4, and day 4 we are going to start with conquering your fears. Now, conquering your fears, this is really important because sometimes we all have those fears. We have fear of talking to people or of going on stage or of just doing something, and it can hold us back from reaching our full potential. So I want to talk to you guys about a strategy on how to kind of conquer that so that you're not afraid anymore, but you're a little bit energized. I've kind of turned it into, instead of being afraid of doing something, I'm excited for it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So on the top of the sheet, it says the brainstem can also be referred to as the blank blank. It can also be referred to as the critter brain. The critter brain. So it's a little weird name, but it has a little bit of an explanation. So the critter brain, this is going to control a lot of the body's basic functions, like the heart rate, breathing, blood pressure, and swallowing. So all of those normal functions. That is what the brainstem / the critter brain is in control of. So when you are afraid of something and your heartbeat starts going faster and you start sweating a little bit and you have all of those different sensations, that's your critter brain kind of freaking out. And your critter brain, it doesn't like change. It thinks that change is risky because for everything that you've done, you've survived through it. So it doesn't want to do anything different because it could be risky. It could be unsafe. And so it doesn't want you to do that. And so it tries to protect you by giving you like, oh, you shouldn't do this because of this, or it gives you those excuses. And so kind of recognizing that, like, oh, this is my critter brain talking, I should do this, and then kind of switching that around can really help. So change is risky to the critter brain, and the brain, it wants to keep you safe, and it wants to keep you safe by avoiding that change. So we're going to find a technique to kind of go around that a little bit. Now, the 3 things that will help kind of calm the critter brain and anxiety are acknowledgement, appreciation, and affirmation. You want to do all of those with the critter brain. And I have a really cool technique. I learned this from a coach of mine, and she taught it to me, and it helped me significantly, and now I have it part of my morning routine. So the critter brain, what she told me is to picture it like it's an actual critter. And the way that she explained it is picture yourself driving in the car. Normally, you are in front of the steering wheel and you're in control. You have all of the control. You're on the gas pedal, the brake, the steering wheel, all of that. Now imagine the critter brain is kind of like a toddler. And toddlers, they like to have some control. And sometimes it's not the best control, but you wouldn't want a critter brain, or you wouldn't want a toddler sitting in the front seat of your car driving, would you? I know I wouldn't. I nanny a 2-year-old. There's no way I would ever want her in front of, for the steering wheel. That's not happening. So you want to keep them safe and maybe just put them in the back, put them in the car seat, strap them in, and they're still there for you, but they're not in control of the vehicle. And so kind of picturing the critter brain kind of like a toddler. It's afraid of change, but it doesn't you want to kind of affirm it and keep it there. You don't want to kick it out of the car, but you still want it there, just not in control of your car and your mind. So you can picture the critter brain. Now, the critter brain, it can be a creature. If you're a visual person, then you can actually picture a mental image of something like a stuffed animal or a cartoon character. Mine is like a little fuzzy bear type thing that is pink and teal. It has teal dots, and it's really adorable, and her name is Lila. So picture, what does your critter brain look like? Is it a female, a male, neither, both? What does your critter brain look like? What does it sound like? And does it have a name? You don't have to name it if you don't want to. I personally like the name Lila, and so that's why I named her that. But you can also name it. Now, the way that you can kind of help with this critter brain is, this is really good to do in the morning. And I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but having this as part of your morning routine, where you acknowledge, appreciate, and affirm the critter brain. So I acknowledge that you are here. I acknowledge that you are trying to keep me safe. I appreciate that you are trying to do all of this for me. I appreciate that you're here for me and that you're concerned. But I want to tell you that I've got this, and I can do this, and we can do this together, so let's do this. And so talking to that critter brain, talking to that other part of your brain that's in control of that fear, in control of all of those body functions where your heart's beating really fast, and talking to it and kind of acknowledging it, affirming it, and appreciating it. That's really going to help kind of calm that critter brain, like, okay, she's got this, let's do this. And then you can move forward with whatever you are doing. Hi everyone, thank you for joining. Right now we're talking about the critter brain, which is in control of your basic body functions like your heart rate, your breathing, your blood pressure, and swallowing. And the things that you want to do to kind of calm down the critter brain from kind of freaking out on you is acknowledging it, appreciating it, and affirming it. So it's really good for part of your morning routine. Like, I acknowledge that you are here. I acknowledge that you may have some things to say to me, little critter brain, and I appreciate that you want to keep me safe. I appreciate that you don't want change, but I want to reaffirm you that I can do this. I've got this. We're going to make the best day ever. We're going to do this. Let's do it. So kind of affirming that can really, really help. And doing that is really good for in the morning, for that morning routine. When you do that consistently, it really helps reduce anxiety and stress. You can also do it before you do something that you've never done before. You can do it before, like, meeting or calling a prospective client. If you're really afraid to talk to them, then you can do that right beforehand. And you can do it before doing a talk or going live or doing a book launch. It really helps, like, calm it down. You can do it before self-sabotaging yourself. So if you're about to self-sabotage, like, oh, I can do this, kind of thinking back, like, okay, maybe not, and then going through those different steps to talk to the critter brain, and then in the morning as part of your morning routine. So that is my little tip on how to conquer your fears and how to kind of get past them without kind of freaking out. Just kind of reaffirming or acknowledging, appreciating, and affirming that critter brain. Now, letting go. Letting go is also very, very important because you want to let go of the things that could hold you back. 1 second, it's too hot in here. Okay. My heater was on full and it was way too hot in the sweater. So letting go of those disappointments can be really, really powerful because disappointments, they vibrate at a very, very, very low frequency. And people can sense this frequency and it can affect your results, whether you're trying to sell something, whether you're trying to sell yourself, like your coaching program or whatever you do. Sometimes we have to sell who we are to other people. And if you have a lot of disappointments, you can lower your frequency. And so when you clear out those disappointments, your vibration is going to increase. It's going to rise, and people can sense that. You're going to feel a lot lighter, and you'll be able to let go of a lot more. you can let go of the past, and more abundance can flow into your life. And so to do this, there's a couple different steps that you can do. I did go over this in a different video, but I'm going to do it here too. And I can tell you, when I did this disappointment exercise, it changed everything. I felt like I constantly had a weight on my chest, and when I let go of all of these disappointments, it was like it just lifted off of me. And then thinking back to those moments, thinking back to the moments that I had cleared, they don't have any weight over me anymore. And it's really, really, really empowering. So I want to share that with you guys. So the first step for letting go of all of these past disappointments, all of these things that you are kind of disappointed in from the past, is to write down all of those disappointments regarding your childhood, your parents, your schooling, all the way back from like elementary school, middle school, high school, college, all of those disappointments. Your parents, the state of the world, God, and most importantly, yourself. We all are disappointed in something that we've done. And so acknowledging that you have disappointments in yourself and you're disappointed in yourself for doing a few things, writing those down and clearing those can really, really raise your vibration. Step 2 is to find a quiet place where you're not going to be disturbed. And this quiet place, it could be your car, it could be your bed, wherever you're not going to be disturbed is a great place. Step 3 is you're going to read those disappointments and feel all of the emotions that come up. A lot of the time, we want to push away those emotions. We don't want to deal with them. Once they come up, you just like, okay, I'm going to switch topics. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to feel it. You just try and push it away. That isn't the way that we let go. The way that we let go is to feel it all. You want to feel all of the emotions that come up when you think about it. For an example, my dad, for college, when I graduated college and I was in like the top, I'm blanking out on what it was called, I'm blanking out on what it was called, but I was pretty high up in my class, and everyone got me like a graduation gift, and like my mom, my grandma, everything, and my dad never got me a graduation gift. And it really, really, really kind of hurt, because it felt like he never really appreciated that I went to college, and he was kind of the reason that I went in the first place, and it really held a lot of weight on me. And so that's one that I've had to actually clear it a few times because it's so powerful. But thinking about that and feeling all of those emotions, the stress and the disappointment and the anger and the sadness, and feeling all of those. Sometimes you'll feel it in your chest, sometimes you'll feel it in your stomach, right in the middle, sometimes in your throat. You might cry, and feeling all of those is great. You want to feel all of those emotions so that you can let it go. Once you start to feel all of the emotions, the next step is to say yes. So you feel all of those, and then you say, yes, 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 I accept it. I accept that this happened. Yes. And once you start to say that, like I'm starting to feel it right now, it starts to go away. All of those feelings, they start to kind of just disappear. I feel like it kind of just, it's like a weight is slowly being lifted off my chest. You may feel a little bit different, but it's going to feel a lot lighter. And then once the disappointment is completely cleared, you're going to feel lighter. You're going to feel happier and just more vibrant, because you're not feeling that disappointment anymore. It's no longer built up inside of you to the point where you're going to burst, because you've actually felt it and you've let it go. And that's the most important part. So if I can emphasize anything, feel it. Feel all of the emotion, and think about every single part of what makes you disappointed about that certain thing, and feel all of it, and then start to say yes. Start to accept it. And eventually it'll start to disappear, and you won't feel that anymore. And it'll completely go away, and then you can move on. And that's going to raise your vibration so that you can show up as the best version of yourself. Because you have a power, you have a gift that no one else has. And so bringing that out and giving that to the world without all of those disappointments, having that high frequency, that is going to be really important, so that you can show up as the best version of you and give people the most amazing version of you. So there you go. That's how you let go of all of those disappointments. That's how you conquer your fears and let go. I really hope that this helped you guys, and because I know it really, really made a difference in my life and with all of my disappointments, because I can't express how much it's changed my life. So if you want help going through all of these different things, if you want help figuring out what your critter brain looks like, how to actually conquer those fears and let go, if you want help actually letting go of things and going through the step-by-step, I can walk you through it. I can help you go through that. Just click on the link below or above and schedule a time completely free. I just want to talk with you. I want to help you with whatever you need help with. So I hope you found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see all of you lovely people tomorrow for our very last day of the Become Energized and Unstoppable challenge. I can't wait, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Have a fantastic night. Thank you.